Hello, today we're going to report this Stanley padlock. First of all, we're going to start by removing the shackle retaining screw. Next, we're going to remove the shackle, which is locked, taking care as the shackle is spring-loaded and we don't want this part to fly off. Next, the spring and the ball bearing on this side. Next, we're going to remove the trapdoor and the cylinder. For this, we need to remove the screw right here. It's a good idea to hold the whole assembly in place. And the screw should drop right out, as well as retaining nut. Next, we're going to remove the trapdoor. Please note that this padlock has a cylinder cover and a small ball bearing. Next, we're going to remove the cylinder using the key. Lifts right out. Next, the bypass shield and the actuator. And finally, the other ball bearing. Next, well, this part of the video isn't taking the actuator apart. This only applies to non-key retaining padlocks, and this part should normally not be taken apart. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to take it apart. To do this, just turn the little brass washer slightly and lift it up, and it should be possible to remove it. Next, the spring. And that's how you take an actuator apart. Now, to put the actuator back together, we start by replacing the spring. There's a notch for the spring. Next, the small washer should slide in smoothly. Put the spring back there, and to get this whole thing aligned, and turn the washer, this part, until it locks in place. And finally, we're going to put this lock back together. We start with the ball bearing. Please note that there's on one side the ball bearing stays in there, on the other it falls out. So place the ball bearing on the side where it doesn't fall out. And next, we're going to replace the actuator. Please note that there's a notch in here for this part. Next, we're going to replace the bypass shield. Please note the correct orientation for this part. Next, we're going to replace the cylinder and check that it's correctly aligned. There we go, it meshed correctly. Now we're going to replace the trapdoor. Please note that the ball bearing is held in place with a little grease. And also with a cylinder cover. Oh. There we go. Finally, replace the screw. Now this part of the lock is back together. The next part will be to replace the shackle. For this we're going to need the key. And we're going to start by replacing the ball bearing. When we turn the key, the ball bearing drops, and we can replace the spring and the shackle. Now lock it in place and replace the retaining screw. At this point we have a working lock.